Welcome to Fibocan's YouTube channel. You have done the right decision in your life by coming into Fibocan's YouTube channel. Who is Fibocan? Fibocan is a wealth enabler. How do we enable wealth? We enable wealth through training, coaching, mentoring, enabling students, investors to devise their own investment strategies through our comprehensive training programs and innovative investment strategies. So what do? We have published educational videos 1 to 16, module 1 to 16 in English and Tamil. The modules that start from basics of banking, capital market, investments, how to do investment, technical analysis, options, futures, then strategies of options and futures, and finally income tax on derivatives. To begin with, all these 16 modules are available both in English and Tamil. I would request you to go and select the appropriate playlist and watch all the videos and put your comments. So that is the step one. Every day we put videos about market commentaries. Please understand that we are not SEBI registered. Hence, we cannot give any recommendations. We will say whether it is looking good, technically sound, technically weak, has to be cautious. These kind of things we will give, but we will not give any price targets, or we will not give any stock recommendations. Only thing is that we are here to give technical education, imparting technical knowledge to anyone and everyone through our free educational videos, which we put every day on the daily markets, and during weekends we put about global markets. So I would request and encourage anyone in the age group of 17, 18, those who are studying in HSC, higher secondary or plus 2, to watch module 1 to 4, definitely either in English or Tamil, whichever language you understand out of these two languages. And anybody who is doing BA, BCom should watch up to module 8. And those who are doing MBA, CA, CFA or any professional or postgraduates should watch module up to module 15. And for professional traders, it is ideally suited for them to watch module 16. I am sure that you will enjoy watching and enhancing your knowledge. Thank you very much. Today is May 5, 2024, Sunday. As always, in the weekends, we discuss about global markets. We divide into 3 videos or 3 parts, whichever way you want to call. The first video or the first part where we'll be discussing about dollar index, Dow Jones, Nasdaq, S&P FTSE, CBOE weeks, basically the indices and the volatility index. Then in part 2 of the video, or the second video, we discuss dollar index and its components. And in part 3 of the video, we discuss US 10-year Treasury yield, then Brent and NYMEX. Let's begin that. Of course, we'll be discussing this for the week of April 29 to May 03, 2024, Friday. However, we'll be mostly touching upon what happened in the month of April in the monthly basis. Hence, we'll be covering together this week because the month just got over, and last week when we put, it was before the month end, right? So first the Nasdaq levels. Nasdaq closed at 38,675.69, 1.1% up this week. Dow. Nasdaq closed 16,156.33, 1.4% up this week. S&P up 5127.80, 0.5% up this week. FTSE is 8213.49, 1% up this week. However, in this month, that is in the month that ended, which is April, Dow was down at 5% because on that day, that is month end, Dow closed slightly lower, 37,815. Nasdaq was at 15,657, 4.4% down for April. S&P was down 4.2%, closed at 5035. FTSE was up 2.4%, 8144. So overall in this year, still the Nasdaq is Dow is up 2.6%, Nasdaq and S&P is up 7.5 and 7.6 and 7.5 respectively, while FTSE has moved up to 6.2% up. So what did it form in this week? In this week, Dow formed a solid green candle, while Nasdaq, S&P formed a doji, and Nasdaq formed a strong green candle. In the month of April, all the 3 indices, say I am talking these 3 indices together, then FTSE, all the 3 indices formed bearish engulf or a big red candle. It is basically a pullback candle, or we call it as a falling three methods, where from the Bollinger upper band the price got pushed down and it came as close as to the key exponential moving averages. That is the case for all the three indices in the month of April. But in the month of May, which is just 3 days trading has happened, there has been some pullback that has happened. Hence, in the monthly chart, if you were to see, you will be seeing a small solid green candle. That is why in the weekly week you saw a jump, whereas in the month you saw a big fall, because the week cutover happened from April to May. In the 3 days of trading of May, Dow, all the three indices moved up. In the daily chart, how it is looking, that's very interesting. See what happened earlier. Dow was below the 100-day moving average. It now managed to go above, but it is just exactly below the 50-day moving average, and it has opened significant gap up on, particularly on Friday, and just below the 50-day moving average, and of course above which is the Bollinger upper band. Same is the case for S&P. Nasdaq, on the other hand, closed above the 50-day moving average, simple moving average, but it has formed a doji. Normally what happens, if this happens, there are two things that will happen. One is that there can be a opening itself, gap down opening, or because it's a falling three methods can happen in the daily chart, or it can form another doji, or it can form another sideways. But as long as Nasdaq, which has taken out the 50-day moving average, is holding it, it is good. Likewise, S&P and Dow has to manage to go above the 50-day simple moving average. Otherwise, it is very difficult for them. FTSE, on the other hand, is on a very, very strong wicket, which you have been telling. In fact, right from November 2023 onwards, you have been telling 2024 is going to be a year of FTSE. Precisely that is what had happened. In the monthly chart, it closed strongly by closing above the Bollinger upper band in the month of April, and it followed it up in the next 3 days, that is in the 3 days of trading sessions of May, by riding along the Bollinger upper band. It's going along the upper band. In the weekly chart, it formed a solid green candle last week, if you recollect. This week again it formed a solid green candle, but one has to be cautious at this level. There can be a pullback that can happen, but the trend is significantly on the upward side. CBOE VIX, on the other hand, closed at 13.49. It formed solid red candle in the weekly chart, the second in succession in this week. In the monthly chart, of course, it formed a solid green candle with a big upper wick. The upper wick is because the last 2 weeks it has formed a solid red candle, and in the daily chart on April it got pushed April 20th, if I'm right. From that time onwards, it has been on a significant downtrend. That's why you are seeing a big upper wick in the monthly chart and 2 red candles in the weekly chart. But notwithstanding that, we have been maintaining our position that the 9.1 to 10.3 level, that will act as a very good support for CBOE VIX. That's what it is overall. The situation is overall Dow, Nasdaq and S&P is in a precariously position, because it's like just below the 50-day simple moving average, while FTSE is on a strong wicket. CBOE VIX is falling, but the levels are going to hold. Thank you very much. We'll see in second video.